Ladies and gentlemen, good day. I'm here to bring you an update on VeChain. I think VeChain is ready to make a big move within the next week. So folks, stay tuned in this video. Lots of important TA to discuss. So if you like the sound of that, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. So folks, let's talk about VeChain here. VeChain is forming this descending triangle. We got rejected off the key inflection point of 22 cents. I think 22 cents is the range VeChain needs to get above of if you want to see bullish continuation. A few things here. We have a Fibonacci retracement level right above us here, kind of 21 cents, acting as resistance. We have a very price reactive zone. We can see how these candle bodies here on the daily fully reacting off 22 cents. These wicks here fully getting rejected off 22 cents. 22 cents is that key price reactive zone that VeChain needs to get above and hold above if we want to see bullish continuation. Now we're finding rejection. Okay, so I think we're gonna probably at the very least consolidate sideways and move just kind of sideways, maybe down and sideways within our apex here based off the VeChain US dollar pairing here. I think we're looking to break out sometime within the next 10 or so days. But looking at the VeChain Bitcoin pairing, I think we have a week max before we break out. Likely to see a breakout sooner. And I love looking at the pairings with Bitcoin because you can often find hidden support and resistance, hidden bullish and bearish divergence, and the pairings with Bitcoin can often act as a leading indicator for the US dollar of VeChain here. So depending what way we break out of this thing, it's going to be very telling for understanding what way we break out, whether bullishly or bearishly, with this macro descending triangle here. Now, a few things to be aware of. If we zoom in a bit here, we can see here how there's a spike in volume right at this 3.6 region. So if we can start to get above this region here, that's our cue that we could start seeing moves to the upside. If we get above this region of volume here, acting as resistance and this red trend line, I think the VeChain Bitcoin pairing would be ready to start making moves to the upside. And if we start to indeed break out bullishly here, that is definitely going to have an effect on the US dollar value of VeChain here. So few things to keep in mind here. I want to take a look at kind of like the top 10, top 15 market cap coins out there. VeChain is actually number 15. So I'm looking here at kind of the top 15 and I'm asking myself, does VeChain deserve to be here? Can it go ahead? Does it deserve to be further back in line? I'm looking at what's ahead of VeChain. We have Stellar, Bitcoin Cash, we have Litecoin, we have XRP, Dogecoin, 5 projects that I think do not deserve to be ahead of VeChain. So could VeChain one day, if maybe the fundamentals catch up to the market, could VeChain one day enter the top 10? Perhaps. Will it be a sustained top 10 pick? I don't know. But I do think VeChain has a better use case than something like Dogecoin, which again is literally just a joke. So Dogecoin is worth 85 billion. VeChain's worth 13 billion. Is something that aims to improve supply chains and logistics, has real world partnerships already gaining mass adoption. Should it be worth more than a joke? I do think so. And folks, this is this is super unsustainable. Like if we look here at this price action, I mean, come on. I really hope none of you guys are in this thing. I mean, not financial advice. I would just say that right now we're in a bull run. But as soon as the music stops, this thing's gonna crash hard, in my opinion. So again, I wouldn't treat this Dogecoin as any kind of serious investment. But again, just this video is not about Dogecoin. This video is about VeChain. My point is, I think VeChain has better fundamentals than a few of the projects ahead of it. So I do think it still has some room to the upside, maybe 4 or 5 places up. So that's just something to keep in mind. Myself, I do still think that VeChain has decent upside over the long term. Now, let's say we start to break down bearishly. I think one of our major support levels that we need to look out for is the 200 exponential moving average on the 6 hour. If we continue to trend down, over the next couple days, maybe we retest these regions. Now, if we kind of examine what's happened in the past, the 200 EMA on the 6 hour has been very good at calling support everywhere we look. Every time VeChain had a pump and a dump, found support there, pump, dump, found support there, pump, dump, found support there. So we have had a pump, we have had a dump. Could we find support there? I think so. And even if you look at this flash crash, where did we stop dumping when the market had that flash crash? It was the 200 EMA in the 6 hours. So I think this is going to be a very key level, and potentially, if history has anything to say, a great buy the dip opportunity. So if you've been looking for a place to buy the dip with VeChain, if the next few days we continue to correct, if we get anywhere near this thing, I mean, historically, it's been a great place to buy in. So that's what I'm looking out for in terms of VeChain here, in terms of bearish price targets. Well, let's talk about potential bullish price targets. One thing we can do here is take the height of our wedge, move it to a potential breakout point, and I think that could take us perhaps to all-time highs, a bullish breakout. All-time highs, yeah, about 28 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if we retest 28 cents if we have a bullish breakout from our descending triangle here. And again, that key resistance level that we need to look out for is that 22-cent kind of range here. And following the VeChain Bitcoin pairing will be very important for kind of gauging and timing that breakout. Another thing as well, folks, Bitcoin dominance is in a free fall. I think eventually it's just a matter of time before Bitcoin starts to take off, whether it's a week from now, a month from now, a quarter from now. Bitcoin is eventually going to start making moves to the upside, go to 70, 80K in my opinion. When that happens, there will be a shift in the Bitcoin dominance. There will be a pause in the altcoins. I want to keep saying this because I want to mentally prepare you guys so you're not surprised. I think what's happening with Bitcoin dominance is something that's very similar to perhaps this kind of price action here. Well, it's not price action, but this kind of action here, this kind of movement in Bitcoin dominance, where we had a massive move downwards, and then eventually Bitcoin takes over, redominates kind of the market, and then at the end of the bull run, once Bitcoin has reached its peak and starts correcting, after then that's when alts reach their peak, and so we'll have one final move down in Bitcoin dominance. So I expect something very similar to happen here with Bitcoin dominance, where eventually I think maybe we mess around, consolidate and move back and forth in these regions, but eventually I think Bitcoin dominance is going to take back up once Bitcoin starts to make those moves to the upside, 70, 80K, wherever it peaks off, and then again the alts will take over for a while. Bitcoin will have its moment, and then there'll kind of be like one final alt season kind of thing. So just be aware that what I'm trying to get across here is that there's cycles to the way crypto moves. Okay, right now it's alts, eventually it's gonna be Bitcoin. It's gonna be Bitcoin's time to shine for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, and then it's gonna be the altcoin's time to shine. So just be prepared for when that happens. Don't let it don't let that catch you off guard. So we're gonna be letting you guys know kind of the state of the market every day, bringing you the latest, greatest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe as well, folks. Just to keep in mind here, I think altcoins are looking strong over the long term. One of the best leading indicators for the state of the altcoin market is Ethereum and Ethereum dominance here. So Ethereum dominance, for those who don't know, is the total value of Ethereum compared to the total value of all cryptocurrency. So we can see right now, Ethereum makes up 16.93% of the entire cryptocurrency market calculated by TradingView here. So we can see we're constantly making macro higher highs and higher lows. So Ethereum and the alts are healthy over the long term. And again, whenever we have these impulses up, folks, what comes after an impulse? A retracement, a correction. It's nothing to get freaked out about. It's nothing to panic over. It's something that should be expected. Because let's say we do correct, and maybe it's not this week, maybe it's not next month, but eventually I think the alts will cool off. What's going to happen? We're going to have a bit of a correction phase, a cool off phase, and then go for that next leg up. When in doubt, zoom out. The macro trend is bullish for the alts. So if we do end up getting that kind of pause with the altcoin market, I think it's a very temporary thing, so don't get freaked out about that. Now, over the long term, my kind of sell-off strategy for VeChain is a few things. I'm selling based off time frames. I'm selling kind of based off Bitcoin, Ethereum dominance, altcoin dominance, and some kind of on-chain cycle top and bottom indicators. So folks, make sure you stay tuned to this channel. When we decide to sell our long-term bags, we're going to be letting you guys know why we're doing so. Not because you guys should just blindly follow what we're doing. We're not financial advisors. You should come up with your own strategy. Our hope is that if you just hear our reasoning, hopefully you can maybe learn and do further research yourself and grow in your own understanding. But we're just going to bring you guys kind of our thoughts with the market all the time. So make sure you stay tuned. All right, that's enough from me. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, folks, take care.